This is the story of how a deeply shy teenager became a global rock sensation, only to face severe internet backlash and the crushing pressures of childhood fame. Courtney captured the attention of the entire world on television. What nobody expected was the heartbreaking reality hiding beneath her wildly successful audition. Her rapid journey actually involves intense school bullying alongside crippling social anxiety, leading directly to a massive public controversy. These combined elements threatened to destroy her young music career just as it started gaining serious momentum. Audiences witnessed a confident vocalist commanding the stage, which meant they completely missed the terrified adolescent hiding underneath. She evolved from a nervous student into a powerhouse right in front of millions. And that is where things get complicated, because critics quickly decided her obvious stage fright must represent a calculated corporate lie. Surviving such global scrutiny demanded absolute resilience. July 6, 2004, marks the exact birth date of Courtney in the small village of County Durham, England. Long before she ever stepped onto a massive global stage, severe shyness completely defined her early childhood experiences. Classmates relentlessly bullied her in school, creating a deeply traumatic environment that forced the severely anxious young girl to retreat inward and completely isolate herself from her peers. And that is when she turned toward music as her primary coping mechanism to survive the daily torment. But here is the thing. Finding solace in classic records provided a safe haven from the cruelty of her classmates. This constant fear defined her early years. Her bedroom transformed into a private sanctuary where she could finally express the emotions she kept hidden during the school day. What started as a simple distraction from classroom bullies eventually blossomed into an undeniable vocal talent to alter the trajectory of her young adult life forever. This intense isolation ultimately forged what audiences now describe as the two completely distinct Courtneys. Off the stage and during regular conversations, the young teenager remains fiercely nervous, painfully quiet, and intensely reserved around absolutely anyone she does not intimately know. The moment a backing track begins playing, she morphs instantly into a highly energetic, erratic classic rock dynamo. The visual difference between the two states is staggering. None of that mattered because the music literally unlocked a dormant personality hidden deep inside her mind. And this is where it gets interesting. The vocalist herself explained this drastic shift by admitting that people only see a timid teenager until she grabs a microphone. Her exact words revealed singing makes her feel boldly confident, which meant her physical demeanor shifted drastically depending entirely on whether she needed to speak or sing. The microphone acted as a protective shield against her crippling insecurities. June 12, 2018, delivered the exact broadcast moment where the entire world finally witnessed this unbelievable transformation. Walking out onto the America's Got Talent stage for season 13, the 13-year-old girl visibly trembled before the celebrity judges. Her nervous energy radiated through the television screen as she struggled to answer basic introductory questions. But here is the thing. The second the opening chords played, that frightened child vanished completely. Launching into a blistering cover of Redding's iconic track Hard to Handle, specifically mirroring the Black Crowes version, she left the entire auditorium completely speechless. The result was pure electricity flowing through the room as she unleashed a raspy, powerful vocal tone, which meant nobody anticipated such a massive sound originating from someone who looked terrified to even stand under the bright stage lights. She commanded the physical space with absolute authority and raw musical power. Her stage presence immediately captivated viewers through frantic, entirely dancing and aggressive. She firmly insists these wild movements simply reflect exactly how her body feels the rhythm of the instruments. Decades of classic music history clearly influenced her distinct physical style, drawing heavy inspiration from legendary performing artists like James Brown, Mick Jagger, and Little Richard. That changed when she channeled those massive historical figures into her tiny teenage frame, creating a spectacular visual contrast. The judges stared in absolute disbelief at the erratic energy exploding across the stage, which meant she completely shattered every single expectation placed upon a modern teenage pop contestant. Instead of delivering a polished routine, she offered a chaotic tribute to rock and roll. This authentic passion separated her from the pack. It instantly elevated her above every other singer competing on the program that remarkable season. Creator and judge sat visibly stunned throughout the entire vocal display. Judge quickly compared her raw energy directly to rock icon Joplin during his post-performance evaluation. Addressing the teenager, declared that she belonged to a completely different historical era of music. And this is where it gets incredible, because he announced he could not sign her to a record deal like legendary music producer Clive Davis. The only thing he could offer the young lady required pressing the golden buzzer, sending her straight to the live shows. Golden confetti rained down onto the stage. What nobody expected was the massive emotional release that followed, with Courtney bursting into tears of pure disbelief. Her father rushed onto the stage to embrace his crying daughter, cementing one of the most memorable television moments of the decade. But here is the thing. It remains a legendary highlight in the extensive history of the talent competition franchise. 50 million views accumulated on YouTube within just 5 months of the initial television broadcast. The audition footage rapidly spread across all social media platforms, eventually reaching hundreds of millions of screens globally. The sheer momentum transformed the quiet English schoolgirl into an overnight international sensation practically instantly. But here is the problem. This massive viral fame immediately attracted a brutal wave of intense internet scrutiny from skeptical viewers. The television network deliberately framed her as an unknown, incredibly fragile amateur taking a major stage for the very first time, which meant internet sleuths started digging into her past, quickly uncovering a detail that threatened everything. And that is when they discovered she previously competed on season 1 of The Voice Kids UK back in 2017 under the mentorship of coach Danny Jones. This specific detail threatened her newfound success. She actually reached the reality show finals. This specific discovery instantly ignited a massive online backlash against the young performer. Angry viewers aggressively accused the television network and the teenager of actively faking her severe nervousness to create a compelling storyline for dramatic reality television effect. The resulting outrage was swift and brutal. Critics claimed producers intentionally manipulated the audience by presenting an established reality television veteran as a terrified amateur, which meant enduring this harsh internet hatred proved incredibly difficult for a 13-year-old girl simply trying to pursue her vocal dreams. And that is when the show's producers stepped forward to publicly defend her integrity. They firmly stated that participating in international talent shows never disqualifies anyone from competing on their American program. But none of that mattered to the harshest critics, who continued their relentless attacks against her absolutely genuine stage fright. September 2018 marked her advancement into the top 10 finals of season 13, despite the exhausting ongoing controversy. Magician Shin secured the winning title, leaving the young vocalist without the grand prize disappointed millions of her dedicated fans worldwide. But the massive momentum from her viral television journey resulted directly in signing her first major corporate record deal by the end of December 2018. Entertainment and Records officially brought her onto their massive rosters to launch her professional career. What nobody expected was her rapid return to television in 2019 to compete on the first season of America's Got Talent, The Champions. Later that same year, October 25 delivered the official release of her debut extended play project titled The Cover Sessions. The result was a commercial project that her reputation. She successfully navigated the tricky transition from reality television contestant to signed recording artist. For a considerable period, the industry recognized her primarily as a child star covering vintage tracks. Returning to the franchise once again in 2023 for America's Got Talent, All Stars allowed her to finally showcase her true artistic growth. And this is where she took a massive risk, stepping completely away from the classic rock covers that originally made her famous. She chose to perform an original, completely unreleased track titled Breakable, proving her capabilities as a dedicated songwriter. This required immense courage from the vocalist. But here is the thing. Today she operates successfully as an independent adult artist crafting her own authentic musical sound, which meant shedding the shy little girl persona completely to embrace a much grittier, mature alternative rock aesthetic. She ultimately survived the horrific childhood bullying, the crippling daily anxiety, and the severe internet controversies to establish exactly the kind of artist she wants to be.